Hey loves, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. There we go. Just gonna get situated. Just so everybody knows, we are going to be working on just a very simple, beginner-friendly wire wrap like this one. I'll probably do the bail a little higher, but I'm planning to do 3 wraps to show you. I'd like to show you on an oval piece, as well as an inverted teardrop and a regular teardrop. So I feel like it's probably best if we go ahead and start with, let's do the teardrop first. So we're going to start with 4 20 gauge pieces of wire. I have 4 9-inch pieces of wire here. And I'm just going to make sure they're all nice and straight. And you can use nylon gel pliers to do this, but I just use my fingers. Just straighten them out. We're going to line all of those up, and we'll take I grabbed and listed a 14-inch piece of half round 20 gauge half round wire. I may have actually put 21 gauge. It doesn't really matter. But what you're going to do is go to the very center of those 4 wires, and you're going to do several rotations with your flat side down. Of your half round wire. And you can use your pliers to kind of keep those wires side by side like that. Hey Eva, I'm doing all right. How are you? And I'm gonna do, like, I don't know, maybe 10 rotations. How many am I doing this one? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. It doesn't really matter. It just needs to be roughly a little less than the width of the bottom of your piece. And as you get comfortable with the technique, you'll see that it's really dealer's choice. Fighting with babies to nap. Oh no. Alright, I'm going to go to the other side and lay this down so that I don't have to cut. Well, I'm going to have to cut twice anyway. And I'm going to cut this. Always cover your work when you cut. You cut this so that when I lay it down, it's about halfway across those wires. It's a little more than halfway, but that's good. As long as it just lays within these wires so that the other side, you can't see it. How many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That's fine. All right, I'm going to lift up. Make sure that your cuts are on the same side. So as you can see, when I lay these down, my cuts are on the same side, like this. And since I said we'd start with the teardrop, not inverted, I'm going to go ahead and take really like anything round. I'm just going to use this as like a mandrel just to round out all of my wires. So I have something that looks like this. Aim for something around the same size as your stone. It doesn't have to be exact. And then you're going to take all of your wires, trying to keep them in line with each other and as straight as possible. I'm going to pinch them together like that. I don't make pendants like this very often. It's very seldom, but I figured there are enough people that are just starting wire wrap that follow me that I feel like need to see how to do this. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a tutorial. Anyway, so I'm going to pinch those together, and then I'm actually just going to take my stone away. And we're going to reintroduce that half round wire from before. I like to take it flat side toward me, like this, and put it between all of those wires, trying to keep them all in line with each other. That can be kind of frustrating, but you just don't want them crossing over. You want them in line on either side. And then you will slowly rotate around 3 times. Hey, Judy! And then you can scooch down if you want. Like that. And then I'm going to take my wires at the top to their respective sides, all but the back 2. So I'll kind of show you. And I have those back 2 left. And we're going to continue with our half round around just those back 2 wires. And usually I bring my bail about 3/4 of an inch in length. It really, you'll kind of get used to what you feel is most comfortable for a bail. I would start with 3/4 of an inch and then decide whether you want them larger or smaller depending on your preference. But I found 3/4 of an inch is usually pretty decent for fitting most clasps through. I'm going to scooch that down. And before I do anything with this top right here, we're going to go ahead and start setting up to put our stone in. So I'm going to grab just this last wire here, and I'm going to bend in like that. Same thing on this side. Like that. Hey Jolene, how are you? I'm going to go ahead and try and kind of roll my stone in there. And it should lay, just pop right in there and lay in the back, just like that. And then you can take the front, take your pliers gently, coax that front wire forward. Same thing on this side. I like to do 2 just for a little extra pizzazz, but it's not necessary. adjust as you see fit. And you just want that side wire to go along the edge of your pendant like that. So you have something like this, and now your stone is in, right? I'm going to take this piece and then just kind of coax it to the back a little bit so that I can just access it with my flush cutters. I'm going to clip that. And go ahead and just coax that up in there like that. And then where you go from here kind of depends upon how you want to style your bail, but essentially you've done the basic technique of capturing your stone, and then where you go from here is entirely dependent on your preference. So what I'm going to do is take these front two wires and send them to the right side like this before I set my bail. I'm going to bend these wires forward like this, bending this whole thing back and then just kind of rounding this out. We're going to send these wires through here. Pinch that down. That's what's going to begin our bail. Kind of bend these up so they're out of the way. And I'm going to take that wire and go to the front. Take this side and go to the front. Take my flush cutters and cut right here. Like that. And curl those in. And again, at this point, you can, if you want, kind of do whatever you want with these wires. I'll show you with at least one of these that you can just cut it and fold it over right here and call it a day. But I'm going to start by taking these front two wires around this side and swooping them across the face like this. Using my thumb to hold them in place to create a little loop-de-swoop. And then I'm going to bring it down and across here. And then I'll go ahead and clip like that. And I'll just lay those wires down, tuck them in. And then I'm going to take this wire from my left side and just kind of follow that same pattern across the back, clip, fold, and lay that down. And then we'll take these two, same thing. And then if you want, you could add beads to this or just send it across. And like I said, I'd show you earlier, you can also just cut it. So I'm going to send it straight out. Give myself just the tiniest little tail here. And lay it down here. And then just pinch it. And there we go. Just a quick, simple pendant. Very fast. We've been live for 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, you can crank one of these out. And then you can kind of go in and make any adjustments that you feel necessary. But there's one. Now let's do our, you guys vote in the comments. First person to comment chooses. Should we do the oval or the inverted teardrop? You can say purple or black or oval or teardrop. Whichever one comes into the comments first will be our choice of what I wrap next. You are going to start with the same supplies. Again, for all three of these, they're about 1 inch in height for each of these cabochons. So the measurements provided in the description should be accurate. All right, let's see. It looks like Eva came in with purple. All right, so we'll do the purple one next. Again, we're going to start with 4 9-inch pieces of 20 gauge round wire. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Oh, okay, purple. That's okay. Stacy will obviously we'll do the black one next. All right. Man, decaf coffee just doesn't hit the same. Anybody else think decaf coffee kind of tastes like Cracker Jacks? Y'all remember Cracker Jacks? Do they still make Cracker Jacks? Is that a thing? All right, so I'm just straightening out my wire. And that 14-inch piece of half round worked out really well for us, so I'm going to grab another 14-inch piece of half round wire. And again, we're going to start exactly like we did with the first one. I like to leave enough of a tail here to where I can just have a grip on it and keep kind of going. And then I'll go back and wind this up after I've kind of established what I'm doing. And I go until they start wanting to cross over each other, not until they're actually crossing over each other. You see how they're starting to, they want to? That's when I'll go in here with my flat nose pliers and set them straight. And then at that point, I can come in and lay that other side down. And we'll just cover your work when you cut. And lay that all down nice and flat. All right, and then we'll keep going. I think that's probably good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this side as well. Don't let those wires cross you. Exactly. You get it. You get it. All right. Not like the cleanest, but it's okay. It will still look fine ultimately at the end. Okay. So again, I'm just going to take a mandrel of some sort. It doesn't really matter, just something, you know, in arm's reach. It's round. And we'll just start kind of building our shape. I do want this section to be like the center of our bend though. There we go, as best I can. All right. There we go. And then you can do the same thing we did earlier. You just kind of fold it around your stone as gently and carefully as possible, and then just kind of pinch to where they're all together, like that. I'm just kind of adjusting these so they're a little cleaner. Okay. Make sure it still fits in there. Okay. And then same thing we did before with our half round. So we're going to take it flat side toward us, in between. So we've got 4 wires on one side, 4 wires on the other side. Try and pinch those together as nicely as possible, and then 3 rotations. And you can kind of push that down. Like that. And then we'll take our wires out of the bail to our respective sides. This just kind of holds everything in place and keeps it even if you're going to change their position in a minute. All right, I'll put those back too. I'm going to do a loose rotation around this bail. Oh my gosh, that's going to drive so many people nuts. Hold on. There we go. Just to showcase that you can do different things here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and clip that. Like that. And I'm going to go in here right now and clip this as well. All right. Now, this is my back, right? I'm going to take that back wire, bend it in. Same thing on the other side. Like that. Go ahead and nestle this back in. Like that. I want to make sure that the back of the cabochon's nice and flush with those wires we just bent. And then we'll, same thing on the front. And if you want, you can get like a little crazy if you want and do bends in different spots. I'm not going to do it because I really like symmetry. Maybe I should, I don't know. I'm not going to do it because I like symmetry. Should I do it? We'll do it just for the sake of showcasing that you can kind of get crazy, right? See, you just want something to hold that in, and I'm even going to do a different spot here, right? Oh. Just to showcase, it doesn't have to be exactly, you just want it to cover, right? Oh my goodness, maybe more. There we go. Like that. And then we'll leave these wires like this. We'll do a different style bail on this one. Fold that forward. And fold that over like we did with the other one. And bend that forward. And the other side forward. These are trying to cross each other. I'm just going to gently coax them to not do that. Clip. That. I know, you guys. I have a strong relationship with symmetry, and when things aren't symmetrical, it drives me crazy. But we're doing it. Stepping outside my comfort zone. All right. And now you can see everything's in there. Kind of want this in a little bit more. Right? Now I'm going to take 2 wires from this right hand side and make a little loop. Is that what I wanted to do? No. It's what we're doing now. It's what we're doing today. I'm just rolling with it. I meant to curly cue the other way, but here we are. There they are, and there they'll stay. I actually like that just as it is. Be careful, make some rings next. I know. And I'm going to go ahead and go in here. Since I'm pleased with how it looks. And I'm going to... I like to take my flat nose pliers and like make these go as straight as I possibly can, like this. And then clip them. Like that. So I have something that looks like this. And then you can bend them over on themselves. I like to do one side at a time because I find it lays cleaner that way. And there you go. There's an oval one. I'm just going to open that bail a little bit more. So now 2 down. And as you can see, we've got like kind of a different aesthetic. Just a little bit of change can make a different aesthetic. Get real wacky over here. I think it's cute too. I'm pleased with it. All right. And then last but not least, we will do, I'm going to let you guys choose the stone. I have this very, very, very dark hawk eye. I don't know if you guys can see that it's got like a little bit of a chatoyancy to it. And then I have this banded agate. So first person in the comments will choose the color. White or black. White or black. First in the comments is going to choose the color of the one we wrap. Is there anything that helps the top not have a space in it? I mean, I I suppose you could wrap it to not have the space in there. It's a little more difficult, and I was trying to achieve just something simple for a beginner in this tutorial, but you can shape your wire around the edge if you want and make it like tight to the edge of the stone. It's just a little more complicated, and it's not outrageously more complicated. It's just there's more finessing that has to be done, and really you're just like wrapping it and shaping your wire around the stone. But it does make doing the bail more complicated because you have less room up there as well. All right, so first person in was Stacy Burnett with black, so we're going to do the hawk eye again, starting with 4 20 gauge. Oh, that's 5. 4 20 gauge round wires. And I'm just going to start by straightening them out. So I would recommend, if you're rough on stuff, that you throw your pieces in a tumbler to work harden your wire just a little bit more if you're unsure of the integrity. But generally speaking, this is pretty solidly in there, just by tension. But if you are hard on your pieces, again, just throw it in a tumbler for a little while and that'll work harden your pieces. And the way these are made too, if you have a piece that's like got a stone in it that can't go in a tumbler, you can, instead of closing these up, before it's closed up, you can like put just the cage in a tumbler. Or take the stone out, like once you've formed it, and pop it back in after the fact. All right. Again, we're going to use a 14-inch piece of half round. Pretend this is a 14-inch piece of half round. I literally just grabbed a piece of scrap though. And we're going to do, I don't know, like 10 or 12 rotations, something like that. I love when it actually lands and I don't have to cut it. It's awesome. Well, I am here to help, Stacy. So if you ever have any questions, again, always feel free to ask. I'm here to answer to the best of my ability. I don't know everything, but I know some things. I like learning about this. How cool. Thank you for sharing. Of course. Thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel by being present. I really appreciate that. All right, so now we're doing an inverted cabochon. What I'm going to do is take about halfway and we're going to bend. So we have something like this. And we're going to do the same thing as we did earlier. We're going to do your best, the best you can. You can actually use a mandrel for this as well, but actually we will use a mandrel for this. I'm going to use, it might be be a little big, but that's okay. We can pinch it. All right, and I'm just gonna pinch, probably a little wide, yep. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to take some half round wire and we'll do the veil. Again, trying to keep everything in line on either side. Flat side towards you. And one thing you can do here that, like, to save yourself from fumbling is actually like kind of come up here instead of down here to get yourself a better grip. And then after that first rotation, you can kind of scooch back down. Like that. And I'm gonna try a deco bail on this one. We'll see how it goes. Oh wait, deco bail is second to last. The back two goes straight back. This deco bail, you can find a full tutorial on this bail style over on Kay's Gym Creations page. I will try and retroactively tag her. So if you're watching this after the fact, and I'm not live and you don't see a tag for her, please put her name, say Kay's Gym Creations in the comments to remind me. But I'm going to try and make sure I have her tagged at the end of this video so that you guys can find her and go subscribe to her YouTube, because she has some really great content as well. She's just an amazing human being in general. But this bail style is hers, and she teaches it very well. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and clip that towards my front. We'll go ahead and clip down here as well. I think I like inverted teardrops better as well. I just like the vibe of them more. I don't know why. But again, I just wanted to showcase the different styles you could do with this one technique. And show that you can get like a completely different aesthetic with this one technique. Did I twist my wires? I did. Okay, I wonder if I can even fix that. I think I might have to just roll with it. Wow, I totally managed to twist that. How did I manage? Oh gosh, okay. I'm trying to think of the best way to fix this, or if it's a fixable thing. I can't just like flip it because I don't want to have to undo it either. Do I undo it? Should I just undo it? Every ounce of me is just like, just undo it. Sometimes it's worth just taking the time to undo it than trying to like fix it. Okay, well, everybody chill. I'd rather take the time to undo my mistakes. I suppose, well, I can't just undo the bottom wraps because the wrong wire is in the bail. It's okay though, it's not a big deal. We don't panic. There's no reason. I wire wrap because it's relaxing, not because I'm stressed out. Okay. So we'll just check that. Okay. So this wire actually needs to go that way. This wire needs to go up. Man, I got them all crazy. I will say this is, I'm just going to make them all go straight. We'll just start this process over again. I will say that this is one reason I prefer square wire. People ask me all the time, like, do you find it easier to work with square wire than round wire? And this is one of those moments where I am like, well, I guess technically, like, I find square easier in certain moments, and this is one of those moments because the way square wire exists, it's got 4 sides. It's gonna like naturally lay a little more easily and in line, whereas the round wires want to do what just happened, and it can be kind of frustrating, but that's okay. Okay, so let me get half round again. Yeah, I got them all mixed up, but it's okay. I have found that it is beneficial to you guys to watch me screw up, apparently. So here we are, screwing up. Keeping it as real as possible. Alright. Make sure everything is in line the way it's supposed to be. Goodness. There we go. I'll be really mindful of what I'm doing now. It really wants to flip over. Man. Why is this happening? Why? Can we get hearts in the chat just for morale? Emotional support in the chat, please. Oh, Marlene, you're sweet. It makes us lesser beings feel better when the greater gods and goddesses of wire wrappers have oopsies too. Well, me oopsie, a Sue oopsie. I don't know. Alright, let's see. See what I mean? Square wire wouldn't behave this way. Maybe I should have done it in square. Now, do you... Thank you. Don't you dare. All right, now, is everything, all of my stuff's in line? Whew. Oh, cheers in the chat. And hey, Eva, thank you. Thank you for the hearts in the chat. You're a real one. When you're working with half round wire, I'll tell you right now, it's a lot easier to twist your work than try and do rotations every single time. So if you can, turn your work, not your wire, when it comes to half round. I will say though, these sometimes get twisted and it's annoying. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you want notifications for when I do go live over here, please hit the bell. All right. And thank you all so much for supporting me and my channel. It means a lot. Does the stone still fit? Does it? Let's see. Come here. Sort of. All right, now we can go in here and do this little number. I'm trying to keep someone happy as I can't seem to keep the babies happy. Oh, aw. Well, struggle's real. Hi, I'm new and just subscribed. Hi, Teresa Davis. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And welcome, and thank you for subscribing. That little extra little diamond situation that gets made right there. I thought this was a calm down song and I got really excited, and then I remembered that this is music that I can play on YouTube, and I can't just play that song on YouTube. Alright, so now we will do the bail that I was talking about earlier, which I'm actually really excited about. Take those 2 wires, bend them back as we've done with all of the other pieces that we've made in this live. Bend those straight up. And again, there's a full tutorial on this bail over on Kay's Gym Creations page. Oh, Sherry, I'm so glad. Thank you for being here. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm gonna go in here and just... Hey, Connie, how are you? And there you go. There are 3 very, very different designs that you can do with the same basic technique, caging technique. Isn't that beautiful? I love that bale. And there you go. If you guys have not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you want notifications when I go live so that you are able to be here and ask questions, please hit the bell. If there are specific things that you want to see me create in this setting, like in a so sorry, in a live stream that you can go back and watch again, please feel free to comment on any of my videos with you know, hey, could you do a tutorial on this or something along those lines, so that because sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know what to like make a tutorial on, and I can go back through my comment sections and get ideas for what to make. So please feel free to comment and suggest any tutorials you'd like to see. And yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. Again, make sure you subscribe. If you're not already following me on Instagram, Facebook, all of the platforms, you can find me at the web address www.southernuniquejewelry.com. That is listed below. And please make sure that you also subscribe to Kay's Gem Creations. She is here on YouTube as well. Thanks guys. Thanks for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and please share the heck out of this video on your social medias and all the things. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.